Good afternoon, dear students. So today I am going to start unit number 3. So in this again we are having two parts. So in this third unit we are going to discuss about the interfacing of this 8051 microcontroller with some external devices. Okay, in the part 1 we are going to discuss about the input, output and memory interface. In the part 2 we will discuss about the serial communication and bus interface. Okay, so the contents we are going to discuss in this unit are: in IO and memory interface we need to discuss about LCD interface, keyboard, external memory, RAM and ROM interface, analog to digital converter and digital to analog converter interface to 8051 microcontroller. In the second part we will discuss about the serial communication and bus interface, where we are going to discuss about serial communication standards, serial data transfer schemes, and there are two types of communication: onboard and external communication. In onboard communication we will discuss I2C bus, SPI bus, UART, whereas external communication we will see interfacing of RS-232 to 8051 and USB. So this is the content we are going to discuss in unit number 3. So first I would like to discuss about memory interfacing. So generally any application of a microcontroller based system requires the transfer of data between our microcontroller and external circuitry, and also between external circuitry and microcontroller. So that means we require the communication between microcontroller to external device and external device to microcontroller. So the user can give the information to the microcontroller through keyboard, and user can read the data or output or result through a display. Therefore, we need to establish the connection between keyboard and microcontroller as well as microcontroller to display. So this transferring of the data from keyboard to microcontroller and microcontroller to display device, the display may be LCD display, LED display. So that is nothing but the data transfer, nothing but IO data transfer, input output data transfer. So we have seen that our 8051 microcontroller has some limited memory space, whereas it is having 4 kilobytes of internal ROM and 128 bytes of RAM. So for interfacing of this 8051 microcontroller with so many external devices, sometimes this memory may not be sufficient. For interfacing of this microcontroller to external devices such as analog to digital converter, digital to analog converter, maybe keyboard, maybe LCD, maybe some other communication interface. So this memory, sometimes we need to use the extra memory. So that's why this memory is not sufficient. So that we will go for the external memory. So this memory capacity may not be sufficient for some applications. In such situations, we have to connect external ROM or EEPROM and RAM to 8051 microcontroller. So because of the very less amount of memory, we need to connect interface externally ROM or RAM. So we need to interface ROM or RAM. So first we are going to discuss about the first topic, that is external memory interface, that is RAM and ROM interface. So in this session I am going to discuss what is the configuration of memory internally and externally, how we are going to interface very briefly. In the next session onwards we will discuss what is the external exact circuit interface diagram, how the interface is provided between the microcontroller and RAM and ROM. So here I will discuss what is the actual memory, how it is organized, what is the map of the ROM and RAM of 8051 microcontroller, that we are going to see. As we know that we already seen that ROM is used for storing the program. Therefore, the ROM is used as program memory, whereas RAM is used as data memory. So as we know that this ROM, sorry, 8051 microcontroller is having 4 kilobytes of RAM. Okay, 4 kilobytes of RAM whose address may be 0000H to 0FFFH. So we can use this program memory as two ways. So we can go for this 4 kilobytes as internal and 60 kilobytes external, or in other way we can go for completely 64 kilobytes of external memory. That means starting from 0000 to FFFH. Whereas in the first category we can go for 0000 to 0FFFH for internal, and from 1000 to FFFFH, that is 60 kilobytes external. So this is the way of mapping the program memory. So as we know that in this 8051 microcontroller, when EA bar pin, external access pin, is connected to VCC, we are going to use internal memory only, that is only 4 kilobytes of ROM. EA is nothing but external access. It is nothing but active low signal. When it is high, it is inactive. That means we can access the ROM only through internally. That is only we can use the 4 kilobytes of ROM. That is when EA bar is connected to VCC, the program fetches the addresses from 0000 to 0FFFH. These are data to internal RAM, and program fetches to addresses from 0000 to FFFH are directed to external ROM or RAM. Okay. Sorry. When EA bar is connected to VCC, the program fetches the addresses from 0000 to 0FFFH from internal RAM, and program fetches from addresses 1000H to FFFFH to external ROM. On the other hand, when VCC is connected, EA bar is connected to ground, when external access pin is connected to ground, all the addresses, that is from 0000H to FFFFH are fetched by program or directed to the external ROM or EEPROM. And here the PACN signal, program status enabled, program store enabled signal, it is used to activate the output enabled signal of the external ROM. So the external ROM is having OE bar, that is output enabled signal. So that this PACN bar is used to enable this one. So if you observe this diagram, how we are going to access the external program memory by this 8051 microcontroller. So this is the only basic diagram. This is not a complete interface diagram. So we can, whenever we ask about the brief explanation, we can write this one. So in this case, the PACN bar pin is connected to the OE bar pin of the external ROM or EEPROM, and port 0, which is also having some, that is AD0 to AD7, those are connected to the D0 to D7 of the external RAM, and they are connected through latch to address bus. As we know that these port 0 bits are also acting as address as well as data, AD0 to AD7, that is called a multiplex address and data bus, 8-bit address data bus. So directly data will be going to this one whenever you want to convert it into address by using this latch, and we are converting in one cycle, we are going to convert it into A0 to A7, that is address of the memory will be given through this, where the data can be transferred through these lines. And the address latch enabled pin of the 8051 microcontroller is used to give the clock signal to the latch. When you want to demultiplex this address and data, that will be decided by this ALE pin. And the port 2 pin is acting as the higher order address bus, Therefore, P2.0 to P2.7 are connected to the A8 to A15 of this particular external memory. Okay, since it is having how many address lines? It is having 16 address lines, so it can access 2 power 16. Therefore, 64 kilobytes of external RAM can be accessed by this 8051 microcontroller. So where this port 1, port 2, port 3, they are acting as some input output ports. Okay, so for this accessing of the program memory, we need to have some decoders. In between that, we must have some decoder. So that we are going to discuss in detail in the next session. So this is actually how we are going to access the external program memory. For that, we need to write some program also. When we have to enable this one, and when we have to send the clock signal, like that. So that we will discuss in the detail in the next slide, in the next session. So this is about the PROM, that is nothing but interfacing of or accessing of the external program memory by 8051 microcontroller. Now this is a map of 8051 data memory. As we know that the 8051 microcontroller is having 128 bytes of RAM. So this is accessible by direct as well as indirect addressing modes. So these are having address locations 00 to FFH. So up to this 7FH, we are having some bit addressable modes, and next from this 80 to FF, we are having either SFR or we are having some byte addressable. Okay, so this is one type of internal memory, that is internal RAM, or we can call it as data memory. Whereas this is the external RAM, which can the 8051 can access 64 kilobytes of external RAM, that is 0000H to FFH. So this is the how we are going to access the data memory. As we discussed previously, same here we need to read the data and we need to write the data onto the RAM. Whereas in the previous case, RAM, just we are going to store the programs and we can get the programs. But here we can read and write. So this RD bar pin of the 8051 microcontroller has to be connected to the output enable pin of the external RAM, and WR write bar is connected to the write bar of the external RAM. And similar way, the port 0 bits P0.0 to P0.7 are directly connected to the D0 to D7 of the external RAM, and the same bit which are multiplexed address and data bars, they are connected to the A0 to A7 through latch. A0 to A7 through latch, and similarly this EA bar is connected to VCC and AL is connected to the clock signal of the latch. Okay. Here this port 1 and remaining port 3, they are acting as some either input or output ports. So this is actually exit. So actually in the interfacing, we are going to discuss how the connection are established between the microcontroller to the external world. So this 8051 microcontroller can communicate with the external world through these interfacing circuits. So generally the microcontroller has to receive the data from the user. Generally that can be given by the user through keyboard. So how the keyboard can be interfaced to the 8051 microcontroller, we will discuss, and generally we can observe the result or output through some display. So that's why we will discuss LCD interfacing, and also external memory interface. Generally for some applications, the internal memory, which is 4 kilobytes of RAM, 128 bytes of RAM, is not sufficient for interfacing applications with external devices. Therefore, we need to interface with some external RAM and ROM, and whenever you need to connect some sensor, the sensor output may be analog signal, but our microcontroller may not receive the analog. Therefore, that information is interfaced to the microcontroller through ADC. And if you want to give the output signal to particular actuator controller, sometimes those devices may be analog, but it provides some digital data. So that digital data should be converted to analog. Therefore, DAC. So how this ADC and DAC will interface? So everything we are going to discuss in this first part. So just in this session, just I have discussed about the what is the actual ROM and RAM available in our 8051 microcontroller. So the actual available is 4 kilobytes of internal RAM. When EA bar is connected to VCC, then it can access internal ROM. When it is connected to ground, it can access external ROM. The similar way, this for data memory. Okay, so this is how we are going to accessing. So next session we are going to discuss about exact interfacing of ROM and RAM by this 8051 microcontroller.